Hello guys, NautoAce here, and I'm gonna give a quick thoughts on the whole a bit situation. My thoughts on Sammy Guevara, her former girlfriend, and supposedly her new girlfriend Ty Conte, and this AEW TNT Championship Belt situation. So most people going to advise to anyone, and this is not just in wrestling, is to always try, and that's a key word there, always try to keep your personal life personal. And there's a big reason why. Sometimes it could affect your business, so it is unfortunate. That's why in the past, believe it or not, you're not allowed to, or most company, this is the way in the past, when Facebook and Twitter just started, so most companies will tell you that it's not a good idea to have a social media. And there are even sort of controversial interview question I heard this in the past again, that they'll ask you, do you have a Facebook account or a Twitter account? Because at that time, they basically believe that social media can hurt the business. I mean, is it true? I don't think so, but again, that was in the past, you know. So moving forward to, I guess, 2020, 2021, most companies now don't really care if you have a social media account, as long it doesn't affect the business or ruin their reputation. So technically, the big tip is keep personal on your social media and keep business on business side. That's it. And when you think that it's gonna affect your business life to personal life and vice versa, then you might want to just hold off, don't go to social media, whatever. So with that said, if you've been following the story with Sammy Guevara and her ex-girlfriend Pam, again, public knowledge, he always talk about this in social media and in his YouTube vlog. Of course, in August of 2021, he proposed to her. And then 4 months later, they broke up. Whatever the reason is, again, none of my business, but a lot of this are public knowledge, which is, again, in my personal opinion, not a good idea, but, you know, Sammy Guevara can handle his situation. It's none of my business. And he made public that they broke up, and at the same time, there was hints that another AEW wrestler by the name of Ty Conte has a relationship with Sammy Guevara. So in the beginning, they were saying, oh, nope, that's not true. But unfortunately, or fortunately, again, none of my business, that in New Year's Eve, Sammy Guevara shared a picture of him kissing Ty Conte. So it's kind of like confirmed that, yeah, they are in a relationship. So how that happened, what happened, why? Again, none of my business, not gonna touch that. So apparently one of the Rampage, he lost the belt to Cody Rhodes. And apparently the reason why Sammy Guevara lost the TNT belt, and this is credit to AEW News, I don't think it's official, but I follow it on Facebook, is to leave off the heat of what happened with his personal life. So they're putting Cody Rhodes the belt temporarily. I know it's not a good idea. Not a lot of people like Cody Rhodes right now on AEW, like his gimmick, but again, whatever. And yeah, just to take off the heat until it settles, and then maybe they'll put it back. Of course, if you heard, Battle of the Belt, he's gonna again fight Cody Rhodes versus Sammy Guevara. And of course, an update, if you did watch Battle of the Belt, of course, you know what happened to Cody Rhodes. Unfortunately, he tested positive, so they had to change a bit of the card. Of course, there's a story behind that they did, such as now it was Dustin Rhodes versus Sammy Guevara. He did a angle promo of, due to medical protocol, I'm going to be stepping in for the interim TNT Championship Belt. So, unfortunately, yes, it's been confirmed that Cody Rhodes did get positive. He made a statement on his Instagram page, on his story section. Best wishes for Cody Rhodes and his family. This is the reason why, for me, again, personally, I know a lot of people cannot agree. Someone said, hey, you know, they can do whatever they want. Is you don't want to put your personal story publicly in social media that could affect your business. So I seen a lot of comment arguing back and forth. First of all, it's none of our business. Exactly. Like what they do, what they share in public, it's none of our business. It doesn't affect us. You're right. It doesn't affect the viewer and the fans or the supporter of Sammy Guevara, Ty Conti, or whoever. However, when you make things public on the internet, like Facebook and Twitter, guess what? It is going to be someone else's business when push comes to shove. It might not affect you, but it is going to be someone's business push comes to shove. And I learned this a long time ago in the forum when there was a guy, they were arguing back and forth, and somebody, like a third party or someone else, decided to butt in. And this guy said, you know what, it's none of your business. And this person said, yeah, it is our business because it's public, it's affecting the community. So that's the reason why. So to some extent, whether you like it or not, when you put something publicly, kind of like what Sammy Guevara did on his blog, on his Twitter, it becomes public. Push comes to shove, to some extent, yeah, it's gonna be someone's business. So it is unfortunate to a point that even AEW now, it's becoming their business. And yeah, and like I said, on Facebook, they said that that's probably one of the reasons why Sammy Guevara had to drop the belt, to take off the heat of the personal issue, because it's look like it is starting to affect AEW. So to some extent, the moral of the story really is, yeah, it's okay to share what you do, you know, your vlog, whatever. Maybe if that feels better, you want to share it to your fans. But just be mindfulness that, hey, look, push comes to shove, you might want to keep it private to some extent. And if you know it's starting to affect the business, then you might want to just take it back, you know, like, hey, you know, keep it private. So, I mean, it is unfortunate. Like, again, it is none of our business. It's none of my business. It's none of the fans' business what the situation with Sammy, her ex-girlfriend, fiance, and Ty Conti. But to some extent, again, when you put it something that's public, like on social media, well, it's gonna be someone's business. And when it starts to affect the business, like AEW, then yeah, it is gonna be their business, whether you like it or not. It is what it is. It sucks to some extent, but business 101. When you make something public, and when it starts to affect your business life or your company you work for, yeah, that's gonna be their business, just whether you like it or not. So that's my thoughts on the whole situation. It is unfortunate to some extent, whatever the situation is. Again, it is none of my business. That's why I didn't respond to anything. People sending hate to Ty Conti is kind of unfortunate. So with that, I'll see you guys later.